Hi, this is Carrie from Scrapyard Chicks. I'm here with our Wednesday project, and today it is a little brag book, and I called it Grandma's Face Book. And I put on the side here my peeps because of this cute little bird paper that I used. I thought it was perfect for some photos. My mom has been asking for a brag book to put pictures of her grandkids and kids and stuff in, and so this was a project that we've done before, and I really wanted to redo it with some fresh paper and kind of do some different techniques. And one of the things that we're going to be using is our border punches a lot with this one. So this is just, it's got a fold over cover so that you could put it into a bag or something like that and not have to worry about it opening up. And then I used some Velcro buttons, just the sticky back kind to seal it closed. A little label here for the front. And we are going to have a kit of this available. And if you buy a kit, you'll get a whole sheet of these tiny type stickers so that you can not only do the cover, but then as you go through, you can actually label each one of your photos. Anyway, so I used, how many? 7 different border punches through this book. You could also get out your scissors, your decorative edge scissors, sorry, and you could use those on your book as well. So there's lots of different variations of things you can do, or you could leave your edges plain. So each one of the pages just has a photo mat and a tag, and on each of the tags I did a different decorative punch. So I did 14 tags altogether, so I used 7 different punches. And then I just did a little journaling spot on each one, and I stapled a piece of ribbon or trim onto each tag. So this paper line is by October Afternoon, and we used it for a project about 1.5 years ago, and I've been hoarding it because I just love it, and I really wanted to use it again. So as you can see, there's a photo mat on each page. We just used some of their fun vintagey patterns. I like the black with the vintage because I think it really helps things to stand out. The only tag I'm not sure about is this one. I did it upside down, and perhaps when you put your photo under there it will look okay. It looks a little weird to me, so you might want to switch that one around if you're doing this project. Each of these tags are 2 by 3, and then the inner tag for the journaling is 1 3/4 and by about 2 1/4, but it kind of depends on, I'm sorry, by 2 3/4, it kind of depends on how much you punch off with the border punch. So it does vary a little bit. So you can just see all the different pages of the book. And so I'm going to show you how to do this great wraparound cover and how to do this fantastic binding. This binding requires no adhesive. It's just an accordion strip that we fold and the pages go between, and then the book is bound with a ribbon. You can kind of see how that goes through a hole in the pages. So I will be back in a minute and I will show you how to put this book together so you can do a little brag book. It's a very fast and easy project to do for the holidays, which is kind of our theme this month, to try and give you some great gift ideas. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I want to show you how to do the covers for this book. One of the great things about this project is you can deconstruct it, take apart the binding, and you could actually add pages to it because there's no adhesive. So you could actually, you can put your pages back in. So I just went ahead and took the book apart, and I'm going to show you how to do this binding. We're going to start with this back cover, and I used a piece of cardstock. I used the Confetti Dot cardstock by Basil because it's got a great little texture to it, and I thought it went with sort of my vintage look. This piece of cardstock is 6.5 by 10. And then what I did is once I cut it, then you're going to go ahead, you're going to score that at 7.5 inches. That's going to be that fold around part. And then take one of your border punches or your decorative scissors, and you're just going to edge along that, that edge that's going to overlap. Don't worry about your holes just yet. We're going to get to those in a second. So the back cover is 6.5 by 10. And then the front cover is a piece of plain cardstock, and then I've obviously gone through and embellished this. And this is, it is 7.5 wide by 6.5. So our covers are all 6.5 high. This one is 7.5 wide. You are going to score this at the 1 inch mark. That's so that your cover will have that nice ability to sort of to open like this. I would highly recommend using a good cardstock for this because it does take a lot of wear and tear. So then what I did is, you can decorate your pages first, or you can put your book together, however you like to do it. You do want to put this little strip on here. This is 3/4 of an inch by 6, and I just thought it needed a little extra something on that front cover. You don't have to do this part yet when you're putting your book together, but this, otherwise you'll have to repunch your holes. So far we've cut a back cover and we've cut a front cover, and then we're going to do our binding strip, and this piece is 6 by 12. You're going to go ahead and put that into your score pal, and you are going to score that every inch going all the way across. And then just go ahead and accordion fold that, starting by folding back like this. You're just going to accordion fold that with your fingers. Use your bone folder, really press that down good. And then what you're going to do is we're going to line it up and we're going to punch the holes. So first thing, you want to find the holes for one of your covers, and you can use that as your template. So what I did is I went down about 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the bottom, and then this strip is 1 inch wide, so I went in 1/2 inch. So it's just a real easy, you can set your Crop-A-Dile so that it will punch at 1/2 inch, and that way you can make sure that when you're going in there that you're getting it just right. I will tell you that the Crop-A-Dile reaches in 1 inch this way, so you could use that as your guide depending on however you wanted to punch those holes. Go ahead and punch a hole in your front cover, line that up, and punch that hole in your back cover. And then what I did is I went ahead and punched the holes in my strip. So the strip is going to be, okay, so we're going to punch the holes in the strip. The strip is not the same height, it's only 6 inches. So you're going to need to center that top to bottom. So what I did is I just took my strip, and the way this strip works is that it's all folded edge on the binding, and it's just this one cut edge is going to be on the inside. So go ahead and fold your strip up like this, center it top to bottom, and then you can mark your holes and then just go through with your Crop-A-Dile. And for some reason I find that it's easier to reach in from the side with your Crop-A-Dile than it is to reach across the fold line. So just go ahead and mark your hole, and then just go ahead and reach in with your Crop-A-Dile, and you can punch the holes in that binding strip. Now each of your pages are a different piece of pattern paper, and these pages are 6 by 7. So 6 is the height and 7 is the width. That gives us 1 inch for binding, and then we can still put a full-size picture on there. So you can go ahead and cut a paste. I did 6 different pages. I had 6 different patterns of paper. You could do less, you could do more. You will have 6 basically little slots to put pages in, but you could actually double up if you wanted to. If you wanted to add some others, or you could do some different sizing in there. If you're going to do more sizes than if you're going to need more holes, just remember, if you're going to use some smaller pages, you're going to need to punch a couple more holes for binding. So these pages are all done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to bind your book together. We're going to start with our back cover. You need about 6 inches of ribbon for each of the binding pieces. So go ahead and thread that through. Oh, so I'm sorry, so after you cut, I forgot to tell you, so after you cut all your pages, what you're going to do is you want to measure, because these pages are going to fit down into this little channel right here. So go ahead and do that, and then you can mark one and punch that with your Crop-A-Dile, and then you can line all your pages up and you can punch them all at the same time, or at least half and half, because that Crop-A-Dile will go through a lot of pages. So we're going to start with our back cover. So we've got our ribbons threaded through right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to feed this on. But remember what I said, we want all the folded edges on the outside. So this cut edge is going to go just inside of that front cover like this. And then what we're going to do, so just go ahead and thread your ribbon through there. Oops, did I pull it too far? Don't worry about making your ribbon tight just yet. We're just going to put the pages on. We're going to start with the last page. We're going to put a page in each, what I would call the valley. So you're just going to go ahead, thread your page on like this. And if you need to punch a hole again, if it's off, you know what, it doesn't show. So you can go ahead and do that. And then you're going to take your ribbon and you're going to go through that whole next accordion part, to the next pleat. And so then you're going to go with your second to last page, and that's going to go into that valley again, just like this. And then go ahead and go through the next fold. And you're just going to keep going until you get to the front of the book. Okay, so I'll be back in a minute and I'll show you how to put the front cover on. Okay, so we have threaded all of our pages on into those little valleys, and we're to the last little strip right here. And this is the cut edge, and that's going to go inside. So you can go ahead and thread your ribbon through that last little piece like this. And And you notice I didn't use any glue at all. This is all just holes and threading a ribbon on. And then you're going to take your front cover and that's just going to go right on top like that. You could also bind this with rings if you wanted to. The ribbon is really cute. And then just go ahead and tie your ribbon, and you want it to be a fairly tight knot. I would definitely do a knot. I wouldn't just do a bow. If you're going to do a bow, you probably want more than just 6 inches of ribbon. And then I would do a knot and then do a bow on top, because you really want that, you need to make sure that that binding is down really nice and tight. So you're just going to go ahead and tie that like so. And there you've got your book is all bound for you. Now, one of the things that I didn't do is I didn't score my inner pages, which you definitely could do if you wanted to. So you can see how that ribbon goes between each one of those pages, and you've just got that little flap in there, that little accordion strip. So when you go to put on your Velcro dot, one of the things that a great trick is I put it on this cover, and then I put the other piece on top of that, fold it closed, and so then it sticks down to where the right position for that. And you want to give yourself a little bit of space to fill that up, so don't make it too tight around the edge. The next, I'm just going to show you real quick. I used a lot of different border punches. We used a 3 by what size is that? I'm sorry, a 2 by 3 tag, which is great because the border punches have a 2-inch punching surface right here. So by doing a 2 by 3 tag, what that means is you don't have to move the tag at all, because it has these great guidelines to line it up. But what you can do is you just want to center it. You can see there's these little guidelines right here, which is where it's going to punch. So you just center it between those. Make sure you get it right in there. And these border punches by Fiskars are really meant to be used on the table. They're not meant to be used in your hand. So you just go ahead and do that, and then you don't have to do any moving, and it's just the perfect little, it's a 2-inch punching area. So that's a really great little tip. So I hope you enjoyed the project this week. It's just a really fun little brag book. Sorry, I had to change up my memory stick there real quick. So anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the project this week. Like I said, it's just this really fun little brag book. Next week I'm going to do a special way to gift package a gift card, because I know that's a very popular Christmas item. I have this really cute little box with a little fold out accordion piece in it that we're going to use for gift cards. So one of the things I didn't mention too is I cut the My Peeps using the Songbird cartridge from the Cricut. It's got some great, it's a great cursive font, and it's got some really cute little bird things in there too. You could definitely use any kind of sticker letters, thickers. Well, you know what, actually I probably wouldn't recommend thickers for this, because you don't want them to be too dimensional, because if you're going to be putting it into a bag or something like that. But you could use sticker letters, any other die cut. You know, you could even do something on your computer and just stick that on the margin, on the side there. So I will see you next week, and thanks again, and have a great week from Scrapyard Chicks.